I love this nigga right here.
Prison Break. Man, what can I say that hasn't already been said about this show? Now, if y'all don't know what Prison Break is, let me give y'all a quick rundown.
So what are you talking about? Now you want to bump your gun.
Oh, no, now you're talking.
Prison Break. Let me put my notes up and shit. It's finna get stinky in this bitch. Schofield. Pay attention to some of the clips in the background if you want to, right? Now look. Prison Break, basically, one of the best shows to ever come out. Is what I would say if I was mentally deranged. Season 1 of Prison Break, some of the best shit you'll ever watch. I've even, put it up there. Put season 1 of Prison Break up with any season of Breaking Bad. What you want to do? That's how good this show is. That's how good that season is. Sorry. Excuse my French. I can't say that. But the show as a whole is complete dog shit. Now look. From the next 10 minutes, I got nothing but positive things to say. After that, we're going straight negative. So just fuck with me if you fuck with me, all right? So Prison Break basically about this guy named Michael Schofield, him with the tattoos, right? He's an architect. His brother is on
People he keeps friends with.
Death in prison, right? He's on death row in prison, and basically he was gonna die, and he broke in to save him, right? Now you may be saying why he broke in to save him.
Know what the 90 grand was for?
I think I do.
You.
See, look who said the 90 grand, right?
The money you got when you were 18 years old from your mother's life insurance. The money that paid for your degree, that got you this job, that bought you your loft. Mm-hmm. Your mother never had life insurance. That money came from Lincoln.
So basically, his whole success, Michael felt like he owed it to Lincoln. When his mother died, Lincoln borrowed $90,000 and gave it to his brother as life insurance money. But he borrowed it from these people called the company, right? And basically, they had him kill somebody to pay back their debt. But the thing is, he never killed him. And this whole show was basically about him breaking his brother out and this lady on the outside proving his innocence. Now, Michael is not a criminal. He never been to jail. He's just very smart. And now the way he got into jail, this nigga walked into a bank with a fucking gun and a hat on and just shot in the air, told everybody to get the fuck on the ground. He ain't take no money, nothing. He just wanted to get arrested. And then I think he pled no contest, right? And this is all, like, some of this shit is about the backstory, how he planned this prison. Secretly, his company helped build this prison. It was just down on the low, so people didn't know about it. And that's where his brother was being held. So he knew exactly how to get out because he fucking designed the place, right? This guy's, can you call an architect a genius? I don't know. I don't know the definition for a genius, right? Beautiful. Bro, that body tattoo shit, I'm doing that shit. Comp. If you don't know what comp means, it means it's good, right? It's swaggy or whatever you call it, right? Now, this lady is the vice president. She becomes the president, but she is the vice president, and that's one of their agents, right? This basically talk about the whole backstory setup, how they set up Lincoln to go to jail. Now, the lore gets deeper than that because the only reason why they plant this specific person is because his dad has been trying to destroy the company within, but he never knew. But his dad was down there like an activist or whatever. But as you see here, he never actually killed nobody, but they fabricated some footage and security to make it seem like he popped them. The shit was beautiful, I ain't gonna lie. He pulled up with the gun on the security footage. You seen a flash, and you heard a bang, and then he just took off like he shot his ass. They cooked him, I ain't gonna lie. That's some government planning shit. But the company, they be like in the shadows and shit. Now, this is gonna be like some of the breakdowns of like just characters in order, right? Let's talk about the characters. That was pretty much a summary of what's popping on. We'll get more into detail later, right? My guy! That's my guy!
Well, you? Special Agent Kellerman, Secret Service.
Special Agent Kellerman. Bro, he's cold. He cold, but he trash at the same time, right? So basically, the whole time she been investigating, he been keeping tabs on her and trying to get to his son. That's Lincoln's son right there. That's his partner. He pulled up on his ass. This shit was crazy. This happened on like the 8th episode of the show. He pulled up on his ass. That's mommy. His mom, that's his real mom, but his mom don't believe his dad is innocent, right? And he didn't either, but now he know. His name is LJ. Shout out to LJ, right? He pulled up on him with the tool, took off on his dumb ass, right? So at first they was just trying to kidnap him, but then I think they end up just basically like, I killed this kid, bro. He knows too much. He's in the way. You know what I'm saying? Especially from they really trying to get Lincoln sent off. They've been trying to push up the date for his execution and all that. Yeah, they killed her. She done. You'll never see her again, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is one of my favorite scenes. Agent Kellerman, cold as hell. He cold, bro. You think he cold, but he really not cold. But he cold though. He know how to run. He can just chase niggas, right? But look, you know what I'm saying? This was just him saying like, be smart, come with us, be wise. You know, at first, you know, you trying to trick the little dude, trying to make it seem like I'm not really gonna kill him. You know, stepdad pulls up, hit his ass with a fucking bat, right? Tell the nigga to run, bow, shot his ass in the chest. Now the stepdad was annoying anyway. He actually ended up smacking that nigga just like a day earlier because he was getting on his nerves, right? But I ain't gonna lie, these niggas is trash. They never catch him. hey, it doesn't really matter. Spoiler alert, they never catch him. They never catch him. You know, but shit, they was doing their job, you know, running around, fucking with people and all types of shit, right? So when he first got to the prison, this man name is John Abruzzi, right? He's like a mob boss. Now, originally, his plan, he only needed the help of one person, and that was this man right here, right? He got hella connections, and he had something that he needed, right? When he got sentenced to jail, the mob boss, right, there's a whole bunch of people that's supposed to go down with him, but they're waiting on the testimony of this man named Fibonacci. You know what I'm saying? And not retracement, my nigga. Shout out to all the traders. Bro, he knows where Fibonacci is. And he's saying basically like, if you help me out, you know what I'm saying, when we get out of here, I'm going to need a plane. We need to get the fuck out of here. I will tell you where Fibonacci is and all your people will be free, right? So this shit didn't go as planned. It was supposed to be Michael, Lincoln, and Abruzzi, and Santa Cruz. I think that's his last name. It probably is. Right, so they was doing like PI, you know, I didn't even know they had jobs in prison. This shit was new to me. But basically they was digging out a tunnel and shit, you know, just being sneaky. They had a lookout, right? And you know, it isn't just straightforward as it come, bro. This prison shit gets tricky. It's hella shit going on. All the guards is down in there dirty, right? And that's why they even got this in the first place is because Abruzzi's paying half of them. Well, that's when he kicked them bitches out to fuck the secretary. Fuck that bitch right over the hole. Not right. Now, it was a lot of shit going on, right? This little area clip right here was like, it was a time where Abruzzi had, like, he stopped running out. He was basically running out of money. The nigga was going broke, and he couldn't pay off the guards, so he was losing hella, you know what I'm saying, like, privileges and shit. Now, look, Santa Cruz, bro, I can't stand this nigga. You see my hands? Bro, I smack fire out of him. His whole backstory, I don't even know why he's in the show. They should have just left him. They shouldn't have gave him no backstory. They should have just left him a prison inmate. Bro, his existence is dog shit. I don't even know why he's here, right? His whole thing was he's a simp. He's in love with this girl. Another nigga's trying to take his bitch. And ain't gonna lie, he low-key cold. The reason why he even got locked up was from the same dude that trying to take his bitch. Called the police on him, right? But he's trying to get out.
Hector told you. Of course he told you. Baby, that guy's a snake. He's a liar.
Why would he lie?
Well, why would he
And
lie?
that's low-key bad right now. I ain't never met a bitch that stupid. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I knew this dude I used to work with, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He used to fuck with this bitch who didn't know what pepperoni was. Like, she was like, I ain't never seen a pepperoni cow before. Like, where they be growing. He was like, huh? She was like, pepperoni meat. Where do you find it? This bitch is dumb, bro.
I'm trying to get into your pants since the minute we started dating. That's why.
But basically, he joined their crew to escape prison, right? He only had 16 months left to do on a 5-year bid, and he would have got out. But he started tripping. He got her pregnant and shit. Bro, Santa Cruz got her pregnant. Bro, the bitch gonna take 12 months to have the baby anyway. The first month and shit don't even really count. It's really 13 months. It's really 13 months, bro. And he could have got out 3 months after the baby was born. Now, you might have not have seen that nigga when he first came out the womb, but what does a baby remember when they come out the womb, bro? They damn near sleep for 6 months after they born. They going back into hibernation, right? Now, this is one of the officers. I'm not going to give him no name because I don't fuck with him, right? He's a part of the crew right here. This is DB Cooper, the real DB Cooper. You know what I'm saying? This is basically telling about the backstory and shit. How he actually got locked up. But he got like hella, like he had like a cat and shit. He had hella, you know what I'm saying, privileges and shit. Now I told y'all originally it was supposed to be Abruzzi, Schofield. That's Tweener. Tweener even pulled up to the fucking thing. Yo, don't even get me started on this nigga. Don't even get me started on him. That's my guy. That's my guy. He's a pedophile. This is the only pedophile I'm endorsing. Him and Kales. Bro, one of the best characters in the show. I had no idea why I hate him, and then I realized I needed him. He one of the best characters in the show, right? But back to what I was saying. Originally, he was supposed to be Tweener. Not Tweener. Fuck. Tweener was the little jit with no facial hair, right? Originally, he was supposed to be Schofield, his brother, and Abruzzi. But people started finding out about their plans, and to keep them quiet, they had to come with. Right, and that's basically what it was popping with. And you know, it's a lot of like race war and shit. They not supposed to be hanging with them and them and them and that, but they kind of just throw that shit out the window. That's Sarah Tancredi, one of his bitches. And just gonna be honest with you, not that detrimental to the show. I actually don't like her. Well, she's a good person, but she just weird. My guy. I ain't gonna lie. I keep saying my guy because I forgot his name. Give me 30 seconds. Teabag. That's his fucking name. That's Teabag, right? Now, this kind of some of his backstory. And one of the only characters' backstory I'm going to get into because he's that cold. Now, Teabag basically was on the run. He done killed a few niggas. Probably done raped a few little girls. He's a pedophile, right? I told you. I ain't never said he was a good person. He was already in jail, but he just a good character. His writing is beautiful. Yeah. But basically, he been living his fake life and shit. He was living a whole fake life before they got caught. He was with them people, and that bitch ended up turning him in, and that's how he got caught.
Somebody like you wants to get out of here anyway. How you gonna survive, huh? The world's all different now. It's scary. They got computer phones, boobies made out of silicone. You wouldn't know what to do.
He be fucking dudes too. I forgot to tell you, bro. He a wild nigga, bro. Right? But he was basically saying like, why would you want to come along? You should just stay here. But he don't know that he's DB Cooper. Now this man right here, he gets no name. I'm not gonna tell you his name. If you know him, you know him. He gets no name. Ears. That's what I'm gonna call him. One of the worst characters in the show. One of the worst black add-ons you could ever have, bro. This nigga was in the... Bro, first off, the only reason why this nigga's in jail is because the military turned on him, right? Really, he was just supposed to keep quiet, but he was just like, I don't know if I can do that, Sarge. Threw his ass in jail. Can you do it now? But basically, he been running around the streets of jail, running shit like he's a fake gangster. All these niggas respecting him. He get medicine. He get everything. Bro, but he's trash. Every time he's on screen, I get on my phone. I don't even fuck with his dialogue. I don't fuck with nothing he got. I don't fuck what he represent. I know he get back to his family and shit, man. Fuck them niggas. And excuse my French, bro, because I don't like him. Shout out Tancredi. All right, look, this some of the escape plans, right? You know, a lot of that times between the first episode to the last was kind of the build-up of the escape. And it was fucking building up like a damn volcano, bitch. And the escape, that motherfucker just said, BAH! It was beautiful. You ever seen a beautiful volcano? Oh, they kidnapped his ass. Yeah, he got too close. He got too close. Right, now basically he was he was saucing down Tancredi, and he basically had her leave the door open. When I say niggas started joining the crew, they just started joining the crew. Now, they wasn't becoming main characters, but they were still joining the escape, which was I think was the only bad part of the show this season was too many people was joining the escape, bro. Now, you know how this shit go. Plot gonna do what plot gonna do. Now, one of the bad aspects a lot of people say about the show is that, bro, there's a problem with too many plot twists, and I'm gonna touch on that because it's about to get negative. The rest of this show, I have nothing positive to say. There's a problem with too many plot twists. That is a thing. Bro, you can't be twisting and turning my dick all type of ways. You're gonna break my shit. It gets to a point. And this show is the prime example of doing too much. Okay? And we'll touch on that in a second, right? But basically, they come up with this crazy ass scream. He digs a fucking hole through his cell bathroom. They get out of there. Nigga, they go through the med bay to get to the psych ward, to get to the roof, to climb over the gate, and they take the fuck off. It's a parade in their city. Everybody, escape convicts, they lit.
They just signed their death warrant. Every last one of them.
I ain't gonna lie. That nigga was hunting them niggas like the T-1000. Bro, he was resilient. Which one do the hunting? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't watched this shit in a minute. But season 1, I had so much respect for him. Season 2, he threw it all out the window. But season 1, the respect, he was a real man. Bro, he was pulling up like the Terminator. Bro, this scene is crazy, bro. Look how he walking out that bitch. He looked like Frank Castle. He looked like Frank Castle, bro.
Men went over the wall, they made a choice. That choice makes them a threat to society once again. Now, as many of you know,
I got goosebumps.
Convicted killers. Our job.
All right, now season 1 is coming to an end. You know, the beautiful masterpiece I like to call Prison Break is coming to an end. To me, the show is about to be over. Season 1 is the end of the show. If you want to move forward in this life and you want me to tell you one piece of advice, bro, watch season 1 of Prison Break and stop before you ruin it. You will ruin your experience. Right? Now, they had the plane popping from John Abruzzi, but they kind of had to, they came into some trouble. You know what I'm saying? The escape didn't go as planned. They went through every off-roads. Fucking T-Bag fucking handcuffed himself to Lincoln, to Schofield, Michael, and they had to chop his damn arm off, and they kicked him to the curb. But basically, everybody who wasn't supposed to get on the plane wasn't with them no more. They didn't get caught yet, but they just was kicked out the crew, right? And basically, it was just them. Oh, except for the black nigga. Except for ears. And the plane had to take off. You know, the military, they had helicopters pushing over there and all types of shit, right? The positivity is out the fucking window. It's time to get negative. Nigga, season 2, we have made it. All right? Season 2 is a continuation of season 1. They're still on the run. We're about to introduce y'all to some new characters, the new big bad, right? And you're about to see that in a second. But season 2, the whole thing is
everyone in this
them
country.
on the wrong.
Take a good look at these faces.
That's H.M. Mahone.
These men right here are now the 8 most wanted men in America.
That's H.M. Mahone. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I first thought that was Kevin Bacon, but it's not. Right? He looked like Kevin Bacon. Am I lying? That's H.M. Mahone, right? Now, he is tasked with finding these people, but he also works for the company, and everyone he finds, he's gonna kill him, right? That's the mentally deranged man. He found him, made him jump off a building, right? He wants him to give his father up because they put a fake murder on him. The murder of his parents, I ain't even tell y'all that. He did that shit. Or, bro, is this nigga a lizard? Is what the police gonna say. But basically, you know, he's just trying to do everything he can to get to him. Now, he's just as smart as Schofield. So he was on their ass the whole series, bro. They even, their father even, I'm not going to really talk much about him. He killed him, though. He popped his ass in the stomach. This one ain't met back up with John Abruzzi. He was out. They never got on no plane, though. They set his ass up crazy. Fibonacci, remember that man? They gave him like, he set up some fake bait to say where he was at. He pulled up to kill him. Nobody was there. But he said he wasn't going back to prison. I wouldn't go back to that bitch either. Life? You gotta kill me. Just like they did my nigga John. R.I.P. though. He was really the bringer of death. But anyone he catch, he was gonna kill him anyway because he was secretly working for the company. Stay with me. He caught Tweener. Popped Tweener. He popped Tweener. I ain't gonna lie. Damn. R.I.P. Tweener. Moment of silence. All right. He even caught back up with Schofield, but he didn't shoot him here because Schofield pulled out some crazy plan. It was like a gas. It was in like this, like a storage room. He fucking hit one of the gas things and told that nigga, "You shoot this bitch, we all blowing up." Schofield's a demigod, but he couldn't shoot him. Now, the moment you see his face, the moment you see his face, this agent, is the moment the show fell off. I just want you to know that. The moment you seen his face is the moment the show fell off. Bro, they put him in this show for no reason. He serves no purpose. They threw him in this bitch. They threw him in here. He's basically, the vice president became the new president, right? And he was basically saying, you can't talk to her no more. You have to go through me. And I'm going to give you commands now. Bro, when he was getting commands, you wasn't even hearing him all the time. So it was no point of having him. His dialogue is trash. All his scenes are trash. There's nothing good about him. His suit, decent. But, yeah, it's over. You know? It's pretty much over. But he's still kicking it around the other agent, bro. He's now trying to also find Schofield and trying to find Sarah, just doing anything he can to stay around. Like, he has no main purpose anymore, right? At first when he came in, he was the fucking badass agent, pulled the fuck up. I need you to do this with this kid. All right, the kid's already caught. Why are you still here? Well, we have a new task for you, bro. You throwing him out to dry. I don't like that. He's just staying around for what reason? I don't know why. Now, there's only a few plot lines throughout the rest of the series, and none of them really stick. There's no hard plot lines, right? Now, when everybody got out of jail, the plan was they were going to find D.B. Cooper's money. I didn't even tell y'all, D.B. Cooper didn't make it. He died. He got, like, stabbed or some shit in the jail. Right? But basically, they found his money. They wasn't a part of the plan. They pulled up. This was season 1 done the worst way possible, right? They had an original plan with the original crew of people. Shit went south. Shit went even more south. And then more people joined. That's what this little small plot line was. And it didn't even take up that much. Actually, it took up a good chunk of season 2, by the way. And it's like 24 episodes, an hour a pop of just like them having this fucking, these same conversations basically over again, but now about money, right? Oh, and they're still getting fucking hunted by one agent, another agent with the government, and that officer, because there's a bounty on their head now. And that officer even ends up getting fired for some corruption in the jail and shit. But they still kept him around. He gonna make it all the way to season 3, right? Now, this whole part with the money was actually, this is, like I said, plot twist on plot twist, right? Remember I told y'all, how many ways can you twist a dick? They just found another way. Now, the plan was for Santa Cruz to come in here, steal the money, and leave everybody empty-handed. But in reality, he was going to meet back up with Schofield. This dumbass took the wrong bag and got tricked by T-Bag, and T-Bag got all the money. Like, you see how I just summed that up quick? That took 12 episodes for them. Right? Now, look, let's go back. This is another plot line. You know how these shows get. They'll do this thing, that thing. She was still working on the outside, even though she knows about their escape. Now, this was the vice president's brother, Terrence Stedman, that she said that they claimed was alive. The guy in the car from the beginning. I hope I clarified that. He was the one that was allegedly shot. Now, she found him and she fucking called the police, took a picture of him. He was on perks. He was gone. I ain't gonna lie. He basically calling Lincoln to tell him that they got him, right? They got the president's brother. You're gonna be exonerated. She called the police, but she don't know, nigga. The company is more corrupt than ever before.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. Veronica, I think her name was. Now, in spite of that plot line, that wasn't the end of it, because it kind of ties in with this still, right? After her death, they had like this key hard drive given to them by their father, who passed away, because he'd been trying to destroy the company for a long time. No, actually, it was Sarah Tancredi's father. Her father was like a judge, he was the governor. And they barely touch on that. I forgot about that. He was the governor, and he fucking died. Remember I said plot twist on plot twist? It doesn't stop. And in a way, it can get confusing because it's so much. It's literally so much going on, right? Season 1 was built on an idea that was so strong, you didn't have to do all this extra bullshit. The rest of the seasons were not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes the show trash. Every show has like this. I notice every little one of these shows has like this political aspect of things, right? But some of them do it good, some of them don't. Now look, they got to like this lounge and they had these hard drives that basically showed that the now president was doing intimate
Adams, I need you to uncuff the detainee and bring him here to be released.
Doing intimate shit with her brother and a whole bunch of other weird shit, and they had like dirt on her and basically was blackmailing her. Now the company fucked him over, and now he's a good guy now. Welcome to now he's a part of the team, right? And those other guys, they all went their separate ways. And the problem with this is that y'all don't see these clips because I don't want to show these, right? But when those men, the other T-Bag and Santa Cruz and all them, bro, they were still in the show. They were doing shit with their family. They were doing shit. What they did after the breakout is what I would like to fucking call it. And most of it was trash except T-Bags, right? You pretty much knew what they were going to do from the jump. And sometimes the surprises are good, sometimes they're bad. Besides T-Bag, though, T-Bag was wildin', kidnapping bitches. Bro, was finna rape a little girl. He said, 13 years old, you're so grown and pretty. Oh, really, you think? He started touching on her and shit. The bitch was like, oh, hell nah, right? But then he fucking killed her dad because he tried to fight her. GG's, right? But besides that, the rest of them, Santa Cruz going for the fucking girl. Ears going for his family. DB Cooper's dead. And the agents was still trying to find him during all this. Now, back in this plot line of the exoneration, right? They found Terrence Stedman, and they basically kidnapped the nigga. They told him, go to the police, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go to the press, tell him what happened. He found one of their guns and protect his sister's reputation and the company's reputation, even though he was like he was saying like, oh, you're going to let an innocent man rot in jail for the shit y'all have done. You're going to let an innocent man die. All these people have died. And everybody thinks you're dead. But that's still his sister at the end of the day.
Okay. Sorry.
So he shoots himself in the head. He shoots himself in the head to get out of there. And basically, they had no more leads, but they still end up blackmailing the president and getting pardoned. And then the company forced the president to step down, right? Now, this guy, the agent, found them. Even though Lincoln was exonerated, he was like, we're not done with you. You know too much. That's what he said. You know too much. You know too much. We're going to get to you, right? They had a little shootout and shit. The Panama police pulled up. Sarah had came back and shit. They was going to fucking get it. She was actually there the whole time. He was Lincoln's bitch, right? What can I tell you? Well, what else can she really do, right? And that's so disrespectful to her. I'm so sorry for even calling her that. But there was really nothing else for her to do. Your daddy got killed. You got tortured. You was here for no reason as well. She was a good add-on. She just didn't really serve a purpose. I guess you got to have a love interest in the show to get some of the females or whatever. Right? But the Panama police pulled up, arrested them. All of them got free except for... H.M. Mahone also got arrested too. The company turned on him after all the good he was doing. Why? I don't know. That's why. Oh, I think he was just tired of the corruption. But Michael, he got put back in jail. And this was the end of season 2. Right? And basically this little shit was saying, it was saying they basically put him in this prison knowing he would break out. And now we're pushing forward to season 3, right? If you ask me, the series is already over after season 1. If you can see how like trash this shit is, and honestly, it probably could even capture a little bit of that audience somewhere. But if you did Prison season 1 as a limited series over here, and then did the rest of that shit, bro, it would have stopped after like a season or 2. That's how powerful season 1 was. It brought all those fans along for this joy. It was a joyride, and then it turned to hell. Yeah, but we're in season 3. He's still kicking it around, and basically, it's the same thing in a way. It's them going to another jail and just him being an inmate, right? But this time, it's a little different. Lincoln's on the outside, and Michael's on the inside. And basically, his whole thing is there's Agent Mahone is even there trying to get out of jail. There's a guy that they need to break out of jail. You know, and his name is damn, what the fuck is his name? Damn it, hold on. We gotta find that real quick. Sorry, I forgot that. Season 3. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. Season 3, in a way, wasn't even that bad, right? You would call me it'd be crazy if I say season 3 could have actually been better than season 2 up until the end. But the first half of season 3, season 3 is goofy, but it did bring a whole new vibe to the show. I'm not gonna cap. James Whistler, that's his name, right? And basically, this is just some of the characters. The new big bad, he's not the warden, but like this prison is kind of fucked. It's like a whole country, so the rules are different. And they basically have no guards in here, just a bunch of guards outside. Anybody goes outside, they will get shot and killed. Simple as that. Because they was kidnapping guards, all types of shit. And he basically gets, like, he just has a better life than everybody else. It's like the dogs at the top and everybody else is under them, right? T-Bag is back. You know, this show kind of has a problem with fucking letting people go. And this is what I was talking about. This is kind of how the prison is fucking set up. Right? They had them a runner. Like, there's no guards inside. Inside is anarchy. Alright, now that was just basically what it goes by. That's James Whistler. We'll see more of him later on the screen. Unfortunately, you know. But the only reason why he's even breaking them out in the first place is because he has his son captured and Sarah. Now, Sarah's face never actually gets showed in season 3. And I have a theory that she didn't want to do the show. And she was really tired of the show. But he basically has to break this guy out, and little does Michael know, but Lincoln does know. They already killed Sarah, put her head in a box, but he never told Michael because he knew he wouldn't break up. He knew he wouldn't break Whistler out because he really only does it for the people he loves. He kind of has a character vibe to him, right? But it's basically kind of cliche as fuck, right? Oh, there's this guy here we have to get out of jail, and there's more to him that meets the eye. Who are you really? Let's investigate further. You can see right through it from the jump it starts. Oh, this guy isn't who they say he is, right? There's more to this guy than just a fucking what he called a fisherman with coordinates, right? Why are all these fucking people doing all this top shit? There used to be a bounty on his head. He killed this person or whatever, right? But you can they did it a little subtle, but you can definitely see right through it. But it isn't nothing crazy, and all of it's a former fall from season 3. But I think the idea, a lot of people would just say, like, even with the Flash, how people like season 1 but they don't like season 2. Sometimes repetition can be done good, even though it can be the same thing. It's like, I feel like just a little bit of twists and turns here can make for a different experience, even though it's the same thing. Like, it's a whole different atmosphere from season 1 of The Flash, as an example, to season 2, even though it's kind of the same thing. A lot of people shit on shows like that for that. I honestly don't think that's such a bad idea. And this is kind of, to me, I feel like season 3 was better than season 2. Now, there's this stupid shit with this chicken foot I'm not even going to get into, but if you know, you know. That's for the lore type, for the people that know lore, where they throw the chicken foot on the ground and yeah. But Brad I called him his real name. I hate the nigga, but you know, he's this fucking disgrace now, and yeah, they threw him in jail. You may be saying why, bro. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. I really don't even like. They just happened to throw him in jail. But, you know, he was basically trying to tell him that Schofield is not more than meets the eye. He's kind of dangerous. You should watch out for him. He's going to try to escape, right? And then they're seeing this whole thing with this is when he realizing that James isn't who he pretends to be, as people pull up with fucking helicopters. This is probably the only good, like, even though I'm saying it's better than season 2, I might regret that, you know, but I kind of like I feel like season 3 was fresh to me. That's what I want to say. Because season 2 almost felt like a trash version of season 1, even though it was different. Because all the characters and shit was the same. This was a refresh of characters. They pulled up in helicopters, spraying at the fucking prison guards and shit. Because it was like, oh, this guy isn't who he claims to be. But then they still end up it was kind of the same concept, right? They joined the escape when they was just supposed to be the original 2. Fucking 6 people end up joining this bitch, and he kind of set them up this time, and they end up getting out, and them other people just get hung out to dry and shit. But then they're like, tell us what you know about this person. Oh, I have information. And then they be like, he probably going here. He's probably going here. And then fucking even the whole plot line with the fucking dropping the book. I seen that shit coming from a mile away. I don't think I put that clip in there because it kind of pissed me off, you know, but for the most part, it's kind of trash, dog shit, but, you know, if you got nothing else to watch it. That's point blank period. There's nothing new about it, like, even though it's a little, like I told you, it was a little bit refreshing, but for the most part, they got out of jail. He found out that Sarah was dead, and now he's going to hunt the company. Michael's going to hunt the company. He's going to hunt the company. And that's pretty much... Now, look. I got fed up with the show. I don't even know how he watched these last 2. You know, and I'm going to talk about all that probably at the start of this, if I put this up, this video or some shit. At the start of this video, I'm going to talk about all that.
Lincoln Burrows is living a life in peace in Panama with LJ and Sophia,
watch this show,
while Michael Schofield is continuing his quest to take down the company. He confronts Gretchen Morgan, who reveals that Sarah Tancredi is actually still alive. Michael then discovers that Whistler and Mahone are actually working together to take down the company, stealing an electronic...
Bro, that's what I be talking about, the circles, bro. Bro, this nigga, why the fuck is Mahone still on this show? Y'all knock off everybody else, but y'all won't take out Mahomes? Bro, get the glasses on.
card known as Scylla that contains every detail about the villainous organization and its employees, in addition to holding the secret to infinite
Bro, he not
energy.
that cold of an actor. I don't see what y'all wanna. Y'all trying to make him a James Bond, bro? We don't want him. I'm not gonna lie. Pause on all that, but I don't even think this was good enough for him to come back, bro. They should have popped this nigga when they had the chance.
The company's leader, General Jonathan Krantz, tasked his henchman Wyatt to murder Whistler and steal back Scylla. And for his involvement in the heist,
Murder Whistler, didn't they? Oh, finally they killed the nigga.
Mahone learns that Wyatt has also killed his young son. After reuniting with
Bro, they gotta stop holding on to these
Sarah,
families. And
Michael
I'm gonna
is
try to not
recruited by
pause as
Homeland
much.
Security agent Donald Self to recover Scylla and take down the company. Self also recruits Mahone, who is grieving his son, Lincoln, who wants to support his brother, and Sucre and Bellic, who escaped Sona.
Bro, now they get out of jail. Just like season 1. They get out. They get out and they go on the run again. That's what I be... Bro. That's what I be talking about. And season 1 of Breaking Bad is some of the greatest television that ever be produced. I got it. Season 1 of Prison Break. That's how good it is. Because I said it was going to be better than Breaking Bad when I first started watching it.
After a riot burned the entire prison to the ground. Self offers each of the men full pardons for their
Ain't that nigga a
various
comedian?
crimes should their mission end in success. While attempting to steal Scylla, Self's team discovers that the device is actually 6 unique electronic cards, each held
Now
by
these niggas the Bat family? They not... First off, half of y'all niggas are wanted men. I don't know how you this stationary. It looked like y'all back in America. No, I can't... Bro, what? Bro, what? Nigga, you escaped jail. Did he get exonerated? Bro, no, he can't get exonerated. This nigga's wanted in 2 countries.
Different member of the company. This greatly complicates the team's heist plans, which are made even more difficult as Wyatt continues to hunt them down. But Wyatt isn't the only hunter, as Mahone seeks revenge for his son's death, eventually apprehending the company henchman and killing him. After obtaining 5 of the 6 Scylla cards, the team realizes that the final card belongs to the general himself, and the cards can only be decoded using a device inside company headquarters. For her various failures in protecting the company from Michael's schemes, Gretchen is apprehended and tortured by her employers. Gretchen eventually escapes her captors and reunites with her daughter and sister, realizing that her former employers at the company must be stopped. Meanwhile, T-Bag returns to America and uses Whistler's bird book to assume his secret identity of Cole Pfeiffer, taking a job at a company known as Gate that...
Bro, what is this? No! This is some of the worst shit I've ever... Bro, this is goofy. This is supposed to be a serious show. This is goofy. These niggas going Hollywood now? This nigga's a rapist. And a pedophile. And a murderer. And he just so happened to grow a mustache. Bro, he had a mustache. He had a Hitler stash. He's a Nazi. Bro, this nigga grew a mustache and now he's good from jail. He's back in America, the escaped convicts. Bro, I can't watch this shit.
Was detailed.
I don't even want to watch the breakdown.
In the book, Gretchen forms an alliance with T-Bag, and after crossing paths with Self's team, Michael realizes that the Gate offices are actually connected to the company headquarters.
Bro, I'm dead ass finna click off. Nigga, I don't even want to know anymore. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know.
And so Michael and his allies are forced to reluctantly work with Gretchen and...
Bro, he looks fed up.
...headquarters. And so Michael and his allies are...
He look fed. That's the blank face. Bro, he look fed up.
...forced to reluctantly work with Gretchen and T-Bag in their quest to bring down the company. While attempting to tunnel from underneath Gate into the company headquarters, a waterline breaks and...
Another sneak in? Oh, these niggas sneaking out now? They not sneaking in. They sneaking in now? Fuck. They not sneaking out no more. They sneaking in. And everybody just became a fucking artist of getting through walls and shit. They hang out with fucking Michael one time, Schofield one time.
Bellic sacrifices his own life to save the rest of the team. Thanks.
Bro, he should have died in season 1. They should have stabbed that nigga.
In large part to Bellic's sacrifice, the team successfully breaks into the company's headquarters.
Bro, the way he was going after them, that nigga's the T-1000. Bro, this show is so garbage. It's like they turned it into a fucking action movie now. It's an action movie. That's what this is. They turned it to an action movie. This is not the original script. There's not a single fan from season 1 that watched season 4. They ain't finished it. They can't. I get 10,000. I don't even got 10,000. I'll fucking go to jail, break in the bank, and get you 10,000 if you can sit through this and like it.
And complete Scylla. Unfortunately, they are betrayed by Agent Self, who aligns with T-Bag and Gretchen and reveals his plan to sell Scylla and live lavishly off his newfound riches. Self botches the sale of Scylla, having it stolen by the prospective mystery buyer.
Scylla. This god object, Scylla. Bro, that's COVID. I didn't even mean to say that. That's the great nigga, that's kryptonite. That's the greatest shit. Bro, what is this? Who wrote this, by the way? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote season 4 of Prison Break? The 4th season of Prison Break was written by a team of writers including Paul T. Schering, before I judge him. Oh, this is all his shit. This might be some of the worst IMDb you've ever seen. Prison Break, then Prison Break, the final break. Breakout. A Man Apart. Bro, A Pair of Thieves. Bro, this nigga might be a criminal. Hold on, bro. Because, like, how do you have so much experience in all this criminal ass shit? All these breaking out of prisons and shit. Bro, who is this nigga? 50 Cent? Cyril Gone? Hey, I'm done.
Michael and his allies then focus on recovering Scylla. Michael also begins suffering from the same type of brain tumor that killed his mother. Fearing for his brother's life, Lincoln makes a deal with the general to deliver Scylla in exchange for the company.
The general? Bro, what the fuck is this? You know, like, niggas will try to make a show deep. Bro, this has no back layer to that shit. You just made it deep for no reason. In season 5, you want to make the show deep? Oh, there's a company now. Oh, Michael has a fucking brain tumor. Yo, this shit is trash. This shit is trash.
Providing Michael with a life-saving surgery. And so, although Lincoln saves his brother's life, he is also forced to betray him, becoming an agent of the company and working alongside the traitorous Self and T-Bag. After recovering...
What about the general?
From his surgery, Michael learns that his mother, Christina, is also still alive and working as a member.
Well, alright, W stream, bro.
And
bro,
we're gonna get work.
I just seen the way I looked in that last video, bro. I was chopped. That's some of the worst camera angles you ever gonna see in me, bro. I had to fix my camera. You seen it, bro? It looked crazy. The quality of that bitch was crazy, bro. My hair.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.